If you're looking for a hotel in London that's a little different from the usual chain experience, the Good Hotel might catch your eye. This hotel is unique in the fact that it was actually built in the Netherlands and towed all the way from Amsterdam before being moored right here at Royal Victoria Dock. It's floating on the water, it's got industrial style rooms, and it says it's a social enterprise. But what's it like to actually stay here? In this video, I'll show you around the Good Hotel, share what worked and what didn't, and explore what's nearby, from cable cars to surprisingly good coffee. So, is the Good Hotel a good hotel? Let's take a closer look. When you come into the room, there's a small corridor area. In there, you've got a little work desk and a little lamp. You get a complimentary notepad and pencil. There's also this little shelving unit, which has your tea and coffee making facilities, which has peppermint tea, English breakfast tea, and coffee bags, and a kettle. Yeah, that's pretty clean in there. And down here you've got a safe. And you've also got a bag with a hairdryer in it. Now there's no wardrobe in the room, but what you do get are some hooks on the wall with coat hangers on, so you can hang up some shirts and coats. And we've got a good sized bed. It looks like it's going to be pretty comfy. I'll check it out later. And we've got a little souvenir, a couple of little dolls. One thing that you will notice that's missing from this room, there's no TV, which shouldn't be an issue for most people. I know I virtually never turn on a TV when I'm in a hotel, and generally if I'm travelling somewhere, I'm travelling to see the place that I'm visiting. I'm not travelling to watch something on TV. Let's see what the PowerPoint situation is like in this room. I could only find one PowerPoint. Well, two actually. The desk lamp is plugged into one, and that is a European plug, which just leaves one British plug for everything else. So if you're using the kettle, you'll be using that plug. If you want to charge your phone, you'll use that plug. If you've got multiple devices to charge and you don't have a double adapter, then you're just going to have to take turns. You'll have to charge one, then charge the next, then the next. But you can't have multiple devices charging at the same time. It's not long before it gets dark, so let's take a look at the view. We're at the front of the boat, right behind Mrs. B's Coffee and Heroica, the pizza bus. Let's take a look in the bathroom. The door to the bathroom is also the door to the shower. So it's not possible to take a shower and have the door to the bathroom closed at the same time. You either have the door to the shower closed or you have the door to the bathroom closed. You've got the basics, a couple of spare towels up there, spare toilet paper, box of tissues, couple of drinking glasses, some earplugs because we are right above the flight path for London City Airport, some liquid hand soap and a sink, and of course you've got a toilet. Got one of these adjustable showers with a shower head, nothing fancy, nothing really special there. And we've got a standard all-in-one hair and body wash. A lot of people say that this place has small rooms, but I find the room is relatively spacious. If you're only staying a night or two, you don't really need a massive room. It's big enough to have a bed that you can walk around. It's big enough to have a work desk, and you don't really need much more than that. Let's check the bed out. Let's see how the bed feels. Now, it actually feels quite nice to sit on it. It actually feels a little bit firmer than a lot of hotel mattresses, which I really like. But that's just for sitting. It's very comfortable for sitting on. Let's see what it's like to lie on. Yeah, that feels good. That feels very comfortable. I'm very happy with this mattress. I'm going to get a great night's sleep on this, but it does depend on your personal preferences. Some people like a little bit softer. Some people like it a bit firmer. This is perfect for me. I'm very happy with the mattress. Guests staying at Good Hotel get free internet access. Let's see how fast it is. Okay, I'm happy with that internet speed, that's pretty fast. Considering that this is a floating hotel, the public areas are more extensive than you'd expect, with plenty of places to sit, a small display about the story behind the hotel, lovely views over the water, and a nice bar and a restaurant area. The bar area is a nice spot for a drink after a busy day sightseeing, and it's also a great spot for your morning coffee. If this hotel was a biscuit, what biscuit would it be? If Good Hotel were a biscuit, it would be a Border Lemon Drizzle Melt. Oh, that's one of the best smelling biscuits ever. One of these bad boys. Good Hotel has a modern design-led look, but remains warm and inviting. Border's Lemon Drizzle Melts give off the same vibe. Not as common as your supermarket basics, but still accessible and comforting. The zesty lemon drizzle mirrors the hotel's bright waterside setting and upbeat personality, making it feel fresh rather than corporate. Lemon Drizzle Melts are indulgent without being extravagant, just as Good Hotel offers a boutique experience without luxury hotel pricing. This part of East London is pleasant enough. It's right by the waterfront and everything is nice and clean. However, it lacks the charm that you'll find in most historic neighbourhoods in central London. Let's take a look around the area and see what there is to see and do within a 10-minute walk. The hotel's just a 1-minute walk from the Royal Docks terminus of the IFS Cloud cable car. The cable car takes you high up and across the Thames to North Greenwich. For most people this is a fairly pointless mode of transport, but it might actually be a practical option for you if you're staying right next to the terminal. That is assuming you need to get to North Greenwich, of course. If you're staying here, it's probably worth a £7 fare for a ride that offers a unique view of this part of London. If you're interested, I've also made a video, which I'll link to at the end of this video, where I'll show you what it's like to ride on the cable car. Around a 4-minute walk from the hotel, you'll find Royal Victoria DLR station, which offers a much more practical transport option. From here you can be in Bank in around 20 minutes. Just a little farther away, or a 10-minute walk if you're coming from the hotel, and you'll find Custom House station. While you can catch the DLR from here, it's also on the Elizabeth line, offering a much quicker trip into the city centre, taking only 11 minutes to get to Liverpool Street Station. The XL Exhibition Centre is right next to the Custom House station. This is where you'll most likely come if you're attending a major trade show in London. Although this part of London is hardly a foodie destination, there are enough eating and drinking options in the area to keep you from starving. You'll find Mrs. B outside the hotel. This cute little coffee van is the perfect antidote to the chain coffee shops that you'll find all over London. Eroica Lounge is another unique spot right here on the dock, serving pizza inside a converted double-decker bus. It's very casual, but it's got a fun atmosphere and decent food. Cross this footbridge behind me and you'll be rewarded with some great photo opportunities of the Docklands skyline. See those cranes along the water? They're preserved from the dock's industrial days when Royal Victoria Dock was one of the busiest ports in the world. Ships from across the empire once docked right here. So that's what's around the Good Hotel. You've got transport links, a restaurant and a converted bus, and a cable car that might just be the most scenic or the least practical journey in London. It's certainly not as much to see and do as staying somewhere more central, but it's still not bad for a 10-minute walk. I paid £101 for one night here at the Good Hotel. That was for a Tuesday night in a standard double room, but it could easily have cost double that if I stayed on a Saturday night. I've just spent a night at the Good Hotel. I slept really well, and the peaceful location on the water is a real change of pace from central London. I appreciated the design of the room. It's simple, but it feels intentional and it gives it a little bit more character than your standard chain hotel. Overall, it's a unique place to stay with a different vibe from most hotels. And the social enterprise aspect is a good idea in theory, although it doesn't really make any difference to the experience of staying here. Let me know what you think. Would you stay at a floating hotel in East London? Or is this one not for you?